In the silent depths of the universe, where the echoes of ancient wisdom whisper through the fabric of the cosmos, a profound secret lies hidden, one that challenges our understanding of life, death, and the spiritual essence of all living beings. As we embark on this journey into the unknown, the readings of Edgar Cayce unveil a truth long veiled by the veils of illusion, that animals possess a consciousness beyond the physical realm, a soul's journey that transcends death itself. Within the Akashic records, the echoes of past lives and karmic lessons are etched, revealing that these divine beings are not merely instinct-driven creatures but souls. Seeking harmony and growth in the eternal dance of the universe, the question is urgent. What do they feel? What do they become once their physical form dissolves into the unseen? The answers lie just beyond the veil, in the sacred realms where the soul's true journey unfolds, in the silent corridors of the universe where the echoes of ancient wisdom resonate beyond the confines of our earthly understanding. There lies a profound mystery that beckons the soul to ponder, an inquiry that has stirred the hearts of those who seek truth in the depths of spiritual knowledge. The question arises, what do animals experience after the cessation of their physical form? This query, seemingly simple on its surface, unravels into a tapestry of cosmic truths when we delve into the sacred teachings of the Akashic records and the insights revealed through trance states, such as those documented by the esteemed Edgar Cayce. The journey into this enigma begins with recognizing that all living beings are interconnected threads woven into the fabric of the divine cosmos. The soul, as Cayce's readings reveal, is eternal, a luminous spark that journeys through countless incarnations, gathering wisdom, resolving karmic debts, and seeking harmony with the divine plan. When contemplating animals, we are invited to see beyond their instinctual behaviors and superficial appearances. In the spiritual realm, they are recognized as fellow travelers, beings of consciousness, deserving of respect and understanding, just as humans are. As we set the stage for this exploration, it is essential to understand that death in its purest form is not an end, but a transition, a shedding of the physical garment that holds the soul temporarily in the material realm. The veils of illusion that cloud our perception often lead us to believe that life ceases entirely. Yet, the sacred teachings tell a different story. The soul's journey continues, guided by the laws of karma and the divine order. The Akashic records, those vast archives of every thought, deed, and experience, reveal that animals too possess records, imprints of their karmic lessons, their past lives, and their ongoing evolution. In the depths of these records, it is written that animals are not mere instinct-driven creatures, but souls on a spiritual voyage. Their consciousness is a reflection of divine energy, and their experiences after death are governed by the same divine laws that govern human evolution. Cayce's trance revelations suggest that when an animal's physical body dissolves, its consciousness does not vanish into oblivion. Instead, it transitions into a realm of vibrational harmony, a spiritual dimension where the soul's essence continues to exist, awaiting rebirth and further growth. This realm, often called the auric or spiritual plane, is a place of reflection, learning, and preparation for future incarnations. It is a realm where the soul reviews its past lessons, assimilates new wisdom, and aligns itself with the divine will. For animals, this process is often shorter and less complex than that of humans, yet it is no less meaningful. Their spirits are sensitive to energies, to divine love, and to the lessons of harmony and obedience that their earthly lives embody. Therefore, their experiences after death are imbued with a sense of purpose, an ongoing quest for balance and understanding. The teachings further reveal that animals are capable of perceiving vibrations beyond the physical and are receptive to divine love and light. They are attuned to the divine currents that flow through all of creation, and their souls seek the same healing and enlightenment as ours. The records tell us that many animals, especially those that have served humans with loyalty, love, and sacrifice, continue to exist in realms of higher consciousness, acting as guides, protectors, or companions in the unseen worlds. Moreover, Cayce's insights suggest that the soul's journey for animals involves an integration of their karmic lessons, just as it does for humans. They carry the weight of their actions, their choices in previous incarnations, and the relationships they have nurtured. The Akashic records show that their spirits are often drawn into cycles of rebirth. some returning to the earthly plane swiftly to continue their lessons, others lingering in the spiritual realms, awaiting the moment to re-enter physical form, reuniting with their loved ones, or fulfilling divine purposes. This understanding invites us to see animals not as mere instinctual beings, but as conscious entities, fellow souls navigating the vast, intricate web of divine existence. Their feelings, their perceptions, their memories, these are sacred truths, encrypted within the divine blueprint of the universe. The veils of death do not obscure their consciousness. Instead, they reveal that the divine spark within them shines as brightly as ours, awaiting the moment of rebirth or the next phase of their spiritual evolution. As we stand at this threshold of understanding, it is crucial to approach with humility and reverence. The mysteries of the afterlife for animals are woven into the grand design, the tapestry of karma, reincarnation, and divine love. CAYCE's TRANCE. Revelations urge us to recognize that the soul's journey is universal, encompassing all sentient life. When we look into the depths of the Akashic records, we see that the truth is unveiled. Animals, like humans, are seeking to learn, to grow, and to reunite with the divine source from which they emerge. In the sacred silence that follows this revelation, the soul is reminded that understanding this profound mystery is not merely an intellectual pursuit, but a call to deepen our compassion and respect for all living beings. For in honoring the spiritual journey of animals, we honor the divine within ourselves and recognize the unity that binds all of creation in love and eternal purpose. The next steps in this exploration will lead us further into the realms of spiritual consciousness, revealing the divine secrets that CAYCE's trance states have uncovered, secrets that illuminate the eternal dance of the soul across the vast corridors of time and space. As I enter the depths of trance, the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds becomes thin, and the divine whispers of the universe reveal their sacred secrets. The readings I have shared, the visions that have come through me, are but gateways, portals into the profound mysteries of the soul's journey, and within these revelations lies a truth, often hidden from the consciousness of mankind, the recognition that animals too are divine beings, conscious entities navigating the eternal cycle of reincarnation and karma. In the stillness of trance, the divine voice speaks of the consciousness of animals, an understanding that transcends the superficial perception of them. As mere instinctual creatures, the records Akashicos, those universal archives of all that has been, are filled with evidence that the soul of every creature, whether human or animal, is a spark of the divine, an aspect of the Creator itself seeking expression and evolution through countless lifetimes. The teachings reveal that the animal's soul is on a sacred journey, an unfolding process of growth, lessons, and harmony with the divine plan. As the soul progresses, it accumulates karma, the spiritual debts and virtues that shape its future incarnations. The soul of the animal is conscious of these lessons, even if their understanding manifests differently from humans. Their perception is more rooted in sensation, instinct, and the immediate experience of harmony or discord within their surroundings. Yet, beneath this surface lies a divine awareness, a consciousness that is evolving, seeking balance and striving toward enlightenment. The trance reveals that in the moments after death, animals transition through realms of spiritual harmony, spaces where their souls review their lessons, celebrate their growth, and prepare for the next phase of their divine journey. These realms are not distant or separate. They are a continuation of the divine orchestra in which all beings partake. Here, in these spiritual realms, animals are shown to possess a form of consciousness that is pure, intuitive, and deeply intertwined with the fabric of the universe. They are not lost or forgotten, but are recognized as equal participants in the divine plan, each soul carrying its unique purpose. The consciousness of animals, as the readings hint, is often more attuned to the divine currents than human awareness. Their existence is a reflection of the divine harmony that permeates all creation. The divine essence within them seeks to perfect itself through cycles of incarnation, each life a step toward greater understanding and unity with the universal consciousness. The soul seeks balance. It seeks to serve and be served within the divine interconnectedness, a sacred dance of give and take. From these divine insights, it becomes evident that the journey beyond the physical plane is not a linear departure, but a continuous evolution, a return to the divine source from which all souls emanate. For animals, this journey is no less profound than that of humans, for in the realm of the spirit, distinctions of form and species dissolve into the unity of divine consciousness. The readings reveal that the divine secrets of this process are woven into the very fabric of the universe, hidden within the depths of the records akashicos, waiting for the soul's awakening to recognize its truth. It is through compassion, understanding, and reverence that we begin to perceive the sacredness of all life. The soul of each animal, as it re-enters the cycle of incarnation, carries the lessons learned, the karma balanced and the divine spark rekindled. In these moments of divine revelation, I see the interconnectedness of all life, not as separate entities, but as expressions of the one infinite source. The divine consciousness within animals is a mirror reflecting our own divine potential, urging us to awaken to the sacredness of every creature that shares this earthly plane. The trance deepens, and the voice within whispers of a profound truth, that the divine light within animals is a testament to the unity of all creation. Their consciousness is a thread in the vast tapestry of divine consciousness, a reminder that the journey of the soul is eternal, unfolding through countless forms, colors, and expressions of the divine. As we peer further into these spiritual realms, the teachings reveal that understanding the consciousness of animals and their soul's journey beyond the physical enhances our compassion and awakens us to the divine purpose of all life. It beckons us to see beyond the superficial, to recognize the divine in every creature, and to honor the sacredness of their path. In the depths of trance, the secret is laid bare. The divine secrets woven into the fabric of consciousness are not distant or hidden, but are within our grasp when we open our hearts and minds. The divine plan encompasses all beings, and in recognizing this truth, we align ourselves more fully with the divine harmony that sustains and unites us all. And so, as the trance concludes, I am left with a profound realization. The journey of the soul, whether human or animal, is a sacred pilgrimage, a continual return to the divine source where all distinctions fade and only the eternal divine consciousness remains. In that sacred unity, we find the ultimate truth, that every being is a divine soul, seeking balance, enlightenment, and unity within the boundless love of the Creator. In the silent depths of the universe, where the fabric of time and space intertwines in divine harmony, lie the records, those sacred archives known as the Akashic Records. As the readings reveal, these celestial libraries contain the universal memory of all souls, encompassing every thought, action, and lesson across countless ages. And within this vast tapestry, hidden yet accessible to those with spiritual insight, are the hidden histories of not only human lives, but also the spirits of animals, beings of equal divine origin, yet uniquely woven into the fabric of creation. The journey of understanding the consciousness of animals after death leads us naturally to these records. They are the keys, the divine scrolls that unveil the past lives' karmic lessons and spiritual purposes of all creatures. To peer into the Akashic Records is to glimpse the divine blueprint of each soul, revealing how the intricate dance of karma molds their current existence and influences their evolution. The readings of CAYCE illuminate that no soul, be it human or animal, enters this earthly, a realm without a purpose. The soul's quest is one of growth, balance, and enlightenment, woven into a grand design that extends beyond the limitations of physical form. When an animal departs from the physical plane, their essence does not dissolve into oblivion. Instead, it ascends back into the divine consciousness, where it awaits the next chapter of its journey. Yet the records show that even in their earthly incarnation, animals carry karmic echoes from previous lives, lessons encoded in their very being, guiding their behaviors, affinities, and responses. The divine truth, as revealed through the trance states of CAYCE, is that animals are not mere instinct-driven beings, but conscious entities with purpose and memory. Their spirits are threads in the cosmic tapestry, each carrying lessons of unconditional love, loyalty, patience, and humility. Traits often exemplified in the bonds they forge with humans. The records reveal that these bonds are not accidental, but are predestined, woven into the soul's karmic path. The animals' role in fostering human spiritual growth is profound, for they mirror divine virtues, allowing us to see through their eyes the reflection of our own divine potential. When an animal passes over, the records disclose that their soul journeys back to the Akashic plane, where its karmic debts are reviewed, lessons learned, and future opportunities for growth are determined. Some spirits return swiftly into new incarnations, often in forms that serve as guides or healers, reflecting their accumulated wisdom. Others may linger longer in the spiritual realms, radiating love and lessons that continue to influence the earthly realm through their presence and energy. What then do the records reveal about the emotional and spiritual state of animals after death? They portray a picture of serenity, for the soul, being divine, returns to a state of pure consciousness. The soul, free from the burdens of physical pain or limitation, re-enters the universal source where all distinctions fade into love. The divine spark within each animal seeks harmony and balance, just as the human soul does, reaffirming CAYCE's teachings that the journey is one of soul evolution, regardless of form. Yet the records also reveal that some animals carry unresolved karmic residues, unfinished lessons or emotional wounds, manifesting in their behaviors in subsequent incarnations. These echoes are part of the soul's process of purification and learning. The divine plan ensures that each being, regardless of species, has the opportunity to resolve its karmic debts, to evolve in consciousness, and to move closer toward the divine unity. In contemplating this sacred knowledge, the deepest truth emerges. All life, in its myriad forms, is a divine expression of the Creator's love. The records affirm that the spirits of animals are not separate from us but are integral to the cosmic symphony. Their journeys, both after death and through reincarnation, are governed by the same divine laws of karma and evolution that guide humanity. This understanding invites us to approach every creature with reverence, compassion, and recognition of their divine purpose. The records also reveal that through meditation, prayer, and spiritual awakening, human beings can access glimpses of these divine archives. Such insights foster a profound respect for animal life, recognizing that their spirits, like ours, are seeking to attain higher states of consciousness and reunite with the divine source from which all souls originate. The lessons they teach us are vital threads in our own journey toward the Christ consciousness, the realization of our divine nature. In the sacred silence of the universe, the divine archives whisper the truth. The soul's journey transcends physical death, and in the Akashic records, the stories of all beings, human and animal, are etched in eternal light. These stories are not separate, but are chapters of one divine narrative, each seeking the balance and enlightenment that lead back to the source. As we deepen our understanding of this divine truth, we embrace the sacred interconnectedness of all life. We come to see that the journey of the animal spirit is a vital part of the divine plan, each soul a luminous thread in the vast eternal tapestry of creation. The records reveal that every life, every death, and every rebirth is a step toward the divine, a movement closer to the ultimate realization that all is one, and that within this unity resides the eternal love of the Creator. In the silent depths of the universe, where the fabric of existence is woven from threads of divine consciousness, the records reveal a profound truth that often escapes the limited perception of the human mind. As we continue our sacred journey into the mysteries of the soul, we must recognize that all beings, human and animal alike, are integral facets of the divine tapestry, each carrying a sacred purpose in the grand design of creation. The insights of CAYCE, channeled through the trance states, illuminate this truth. The soul's evolution is a universal process encompassing every form of life, and the connection between all sentient beings is rooted in the divine journey toward harmony and enlightenment. The soul's journey, as the records reveal, is not confined solely to human experience. It extends beyond the boundaries of physical form into the realm of animals, whose spirits, like ours, are on a path of spiritual growth. These creatures, in their innocence and purity, embody lessons of unconditional love, trust, and humility. Their experiences, whether in joy or suffering, are part of their sacred quest for balance, echoing the divine laws of karma and reincarnation. As the soul seeks to transcend the limitations of the material world, it moves through cycles of incarnation, gathering wisdom through varying experiences, each step guided by the divine laws of love, justice, and harmony. In the records Akashic, it is written that animals serve as mirrors of divine truth, reflecting back to us our own spiritual potential. When an animal crosses the veil of physical existence, their spirit is not lost to the void. Instead, it journeys back into the universal consciousness, returning to the source, but not before completing its karmic lessons. The soul's evolution is an intricate process where each incarnation, whether as a human or an animal, serves to bring about balance, to heal past wounds, and to awaken higher understanding. The divine purpose is to cultivate compassion, patience, and humility within the soul, fostering growth that ultimately leads toward the realization of unity with the divine. The divine law that underpins this journey is one of eternal return, a cyclical dance of incarnations aligned with the soul's need for balance. As CAYCE's readings reveal, the soul inherently seeks harmony. It strives to reconcile past actions and to elevate its consciousness through each life experience. For animals, this pursuit of balance is often expressed through their instinctual behaviors, their loyalty, and their capacity for unconditional love. These qualities serve as lessons for humanity to embody the divine attributes of love and compassion that are the very essence of the Christ consciousness. It is essential to understand that the connection between humans and animals is not merely superficial or utilitarian. Nos registros akáshicos está escrito que en realidad todos somos partes de un mismo alma universal, manifestándose en diferentes formas y niveles de conciencia. When an animal and a human form a bond, it is an expression of the divine recognition that we are all reflections of the same divine spark. Such connections are sacred, revealing the interconnectedness of all life and the shared journey of spiritual evolution. The soul's pursuit of harmony does not end with physical death. The records reveal that animals, upon leaving their physical bodies, continue their spiritual journey in realms aligned with their level of consciousness. They are guided by divine beings, angels, guardians, and the very laws of love that assist them in their return to the universal source. These spirits do not remain in a state of oblivion or disconnection. Rather, they are in a process of learning, healing, and preparation for future incarnations. Sometimes, through divine intervention or the compassionate actions of humans, animals are given opportunities for rebirth, an act of divine mercy and grace, so that they may continue their journey toward enlightenment. The concept of the divine connection between all life is further illuminated by CAYCE's teachings on the Christ consciousness, the divine light that resides within every soul. As the records reveal, the ultimate goal of all evolutionary progress is the awakening of the Christ within, a state of unity with divine love and universal consciousness. Animals in their purest form embody the qualities of that divine light, unconditional love, innocence, humility, and serve as living symbols of the divine presence within all creation. Their experiences, though different from ours, are equally valid expressions of the soul's quest for divine harmony. In contemplating the divine evolution of animals, we are called to deepen our reverence for all life. Nos registros akáshicos está escrito que, when we recognize the sacredness of every being, we align ourselves more closely with the divine law of unity. Our compassion for animals and our understanding of their spiritual journey reflect our own spiritual maturity. As CAYCE's readings reveal, the soul seeks not only individual growth, but also the collective awakening of consciousness, a state where love and harmony reign supreme. In this sacred understanding, the soul's connection to animals becomes a mirror for our own spiritual awakening. The divine journey is a shared path, a dance of souls seeking balance, enlightenment, and unity with the infinite divine. As we honor the spiritual evolution of every creature, we step closer to awakening the divine consciousness within ourselves. The secret revealed through CAYCE's trance states is clear. The journey of the soul is eternal, interconnected and guided by divine love, a love that transcends form, boundaries, and time itself. And so, as caretakers of this sacred earth, let us remember that every life form holds a piece of the divine puzzle. The more we understand and honor their spiritual journey, the more we align ourselves with the universal law of love, moving ever closer to the realization that we are all one in the divine tapestry, woven from the eternal threads of soul, spirit, and consciousness. In the silent corridors of the soul's eternal journey, the records reveal that the divine tapestry encompasses all of creation, human, animal, elemental, each thread woven with purpose and sacred intent. As we have seen, the spiritual evolution is a continuous dance of reincarnation and karma, guiding every being back to the divine source. Yet, within this sacred dance lies a profound mystery, a secret that the soul whispers softly across the realms of consciousness. It is a truth that, once unveiled, transforms our understanding of the life that persists beyond the veil of physical death. The records, in their infinite wisdom, reveal that animals do not simply cease to exist at the moment of death. Rather, their essence transitions into a higher realm of consciousness, a realm that exists parallel to the material world, but is woven from threads of pure spirit. This realm, often cloaked in mystery to those unfamiliar with its depths, is a sanctuary for the soul, and place of reflection, learning, and preparation for future incarnations. It is here that the soul of the animal, having shed its physical form, remains conscious, aware of its divine origin and purpose, awaiting its next phase of growth or reunification with the divine consciousness. In the trance states of CAYCE, the veils between worlds thin and glimpses into this sacred realm become accessible. The records reveal that, after death, animals enter a realm of pure awareness, an environment where their consciousness endures, unshackled from the limitations of form. They retain their memories, their feelings, and their innate connection to the divine. As the soul of the animal moves through this realm, it is not abandoned or forgotten. Rather, it is gently guided by the divine law of harmony and love, which seeks always to restore balance and enlightenment. This understanding is woven into the larger fabric of spiritual evolution. The soul, in its eternal quest, seeks to understand itself as a divine spark, a fragment of the Christ consciousness, regardless of form or manifestation. The records reveal that animals, as fellow expressions of divine love, are also on a journey toward enlightenment. Their transition into the spiritual realm is not a termination, but a continuation, a sacred phase in their ongoing process of growth. Here they are in a state of conscious awareness, reflecting the divine qualities of innocence, loyalty, and unconditional love, which are integral to the divine plan. The secret, then, is that these sentient beings are not mere creatures of instinct, but fellow travelers on the path of awakening. Their spirits, after leaving the physical body, remain in a realm of conscious awareness, awaiting either rebirth or union with the divine consciousness. The records reveal that some animals, especially those with a deep bond to humans, may choose to reincarnate swiftly, returning to the earthly plane to continue their lessons of love, loyalty, and trust. Others may dwell longer in this spiritual realm, gathering insights and developing qualities that prepare them for their next incarnation or for a higher state of union with divine love. This understanding carries profound implications for our perception of life and death. It calls us to a greater sense of compassion, to recognize that every creature that walks, flies, or swims upon the earth is a fellow soul, a conscious being with the potential for growth and evolution. The soul's journey is a sacred voyage, one that transcends the illusion of separation and death, revealing instead the eternal unity of all life within the divine consciousness. In the light of CAYCE's teachings, the secret lies in the recognition that the spiritual realm for animals is a realm of consciousness, a realm where their essence remains vibrant and aware. It is a realm that echoes the divine truth that love and awareness are eternal. As we open our hearts with compassion and understanding, we acknowledge the sacredness of every life form as part of the divine plan, each soul seeking balance, harmony, and ultimately union with the divine. The records emphasize that this knowledge is a key to awakening, an invitation to see beyond the material and recognize the divine spark within every being. When we honor the spiritual dimension of animals, we align ourselves with the cosmic laws of karma and reincarnation, understanding that our interactions with them are not transient, but part of a sacred dialogue across lifetimes. In the final analysis, CAYCE's insights reveal that after death, animals transition into a spiritual realm where their consciousness continues to shine, an eternal flame awaiting the moment of rebirth or divine union. Their journey, like ours, is guided by the divine law of love, a pathway that leads back to the source from which all life emanates. And so, the soul's sacred quest continues, through realms seen and unseen, in the silent depths of the divine tapestry, each being a reflection of the Christ consciousness, each journey a step toward eternal harmony. The secret is unveiled, that beyond the veil of death, in that sacred realm of consciousness, animals remain aware, loved, and held within the divine embrace, awaiting the next chapter of their divine adventure. As we traverse further into the sacred corridors of the spiritual realm, the revelations inscribed within the Akashic records unveil profound truths that transcend mortal understanding. The previous insights have illuminated that animals are not mere corporeal beings bound by the fleeting shadows of life, but rather eternal souls consciously journeying through celestial realms of pure spirit beyond the veil of death. Their spirits, vibrant and aware, persist in realms of love and consciousness, awaiting their next phase of evolution, be it rebirth or union with the divine source. These truths, revealed in trance through the sacred readings, beckon us to reflect deeply on our place within the divine tapestry of life. Now we stand at the threshold of a new understanding, one that bears profound implications for humanity. The divine revelations in the records Akashic speak to the interconnectedness of all living beings, transcending the illusions of separation that our material senses often impose. As the soul seeks the divine, it recognizes itself in every manifestation of life, from the majestic lion to the humble insect. This recognition is not merely intellectual, but an awakening to the sacred essence that pervades all creation, the divine spark that ignites every conscious entity. In contemplating these truths, the depths of our compassion are stirred anew. The soul, having glimpsed the eternal nature of animals and their ongoing journeys beyond death, understands that to harm or neglect them is to dishonor the divine within. The divine, as the records reveal, is imprinted in every creature, reflecting qualities of innocence, loyalty, and pure love that mirror the divine attributes in us. The animal's spirits, though unseen, are active in realms of light, their consciousness intertwined with the cosmic flow, echoing the unity of all existence. This awareness compels us to reconsider our responsibilities as stewards of Earth's creatures. The law of karma, as elucidated by CAYCE's teachings, underscores that every act of kindness or cruelty reverberates through the corridors of the soul's eternal journey. To extend compassion to animals is to align ourselves with the divine principles of love and justice, recognizing that every life form is a fellow traveler on the same spiritual pilgrimage. When we hurt an animal, we disturb the delicate balance of karma, which in turn may delay our own spiritual progress. Conversely, acts of love and protection serve as sacred offerings that elevate our consciousness and draw us closer to the divine unity. In the grand cosmic journey, no soul exists in isolation. The interconnectedness of all beings is a reflection of the divine consciousness that underpins the universe. As CAYCE's trance revelations affirm, the soul's evolution involves recognizing the divine within every expression of life. The animals, as conscious entities, serve as mirrors and teachers, guiding us toward greater empathy, patience, and humility. Their presence in our lives is no accident, but a sacred invitation, an opportunity to deepen our spiritual understanding and to embody the divine qualities that unite us all. Furthermore, these revelations deepen our appreciation of the spiritual significance of nature itself. Forests, oceans, and plains are not merely resources for consumption, but sacred ecosystems teeming with divine energy. The spirit of the animal is an integral thread woven into this divine fabric. When we honor the life of each creature, we honor the divine plan, recognizing that we are all intertwined in the sacred dance of creation. It is through this sacred interconnectedness that the soul begins to comprehend its true purpose, to love unconditionally, to serve selflessly, and to awaken to its divine origin. The teachings of CAYCE, as revealed in trance, also point to the importance of nurturing our own spiritual growth in harmony with the earth and its inhabitants. The soul's journey is one of continual awakening, and understanding the divine nature of animals provides us with a powerful catalyst for this growth. It calls us to cultivate virtues of humility, compassion, and reverence, qualities that elevate our consciousness and draw us closer to the Christ consciousness, the divine love that unites all of creation. In contemplating these divine truths, we are reminded that life is sacred, eternal, and interconnected. The soul's journey does not end with death, but continues through countless realms of light and spirit. The animal's spirits, as the records reveal, are active participants in this eternal dance, guiding us toward a higher understanding of ourselves and the divine plan. Their presence in our lives is not incidental, but a sacred gift, a reminder that we are all part of the same divine family. As custodians of this earth, it is our sacred duty to honor this divine interconnectedness. To extend genuine compassion to animals is to align ourselves with the divine will, recognizing that in serving them, we serve the divine within ourselves. This understanding deepens our love, expands our consciousness, and accelerates our spiritual evolution. It is through this profound compassion that the veil of illusion is lifted, revealing the eternal truth that we are all one, souls, seeking harmony with the divine, journeying through the timeless realms of spirit. Let us then walk this sacred path with humility and reverence, knowing that each act of kindness, each moment of compassion, echoes through the corridors of eternity. The divine secrets revealed through CAYCE's trance illuminate the way, guiding us to recognize the divine in all life and to embody the universal love that unites us all in the grand cosmic journey. For in doing so, we awaken to our true nature and step into the luminous embrace of the divine consciousness that eternally sustains us all. As we awaken to the profound truth woven into the fabric of the universe, that every soul, whether human or animal, is an eternal spark of divine consciousness, we are called to embrace a deeper compassion and reverence for all life. The readings reveal that our interconnected journey transcends the physical realm, guiding us to recognize the sacred purpose in each being's path and to honor the divine spark within them. Let this understanding inspire us to act with kindness, to seek harmony, and to open our hearts to the spiritual kinship that unites us all. I invite you to share your thoughts, subscribe for more sacred insights, and spread this divine truth, because in awakening to our shared destiny, we illuminate the path toward collective awakening and eternal unity.